Hi guys, I'm DaemonRiRi, and today we are doing April pick a card readings, pick a card tarot readings, May predictions. Let's find out how your May is going to turn out for 2025. Also, for those of you guys who didn't know, I'm streaming live on Twitch, so a lot of my predictions are done on a live chat. So if you notice me like responding to something you can't see, it's because I'm responding to chat. Or if you see a bunch of these emotes, just go ahead and spam those emotes, guys, if you can. Like, spam these emotes. You're gonna see them flying around in the screen because people are like super excited and like so into the reading sometimes, you know. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Thank you guys so much for staying here, being here. I love you guys very, very much. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you ended up here, and for that I thank you for this blessing. I hope and pray you guys learned something new and valuable with us, and overall I hope you just enjoyed your stay here as always. This is going to be pile number 1, which is a little B. We're gonna have pile number 2 as a really unique pearl. There's like a pearl within a pearl. It's like the casing of the pearl, and then the pearl's inside. Isn't it cute? And then a little seashell. Seashell. Oh, did my camera pause? Why? Why you do this to me, camera? Pile number 3 is acting up. This is the little brat pile. We have the little seashell, which I got from a beach. And it was like so perfect. It was like, whoa, it's like fully formed. Usually, typically when I find a shell, it's like cracked or something, right? So here's our brat number 3. We're gonna do, so yeah, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Just because I say, oh, you should pick a pile, doesn't mean you, like the message for just the first pile is just for you. Like typically any of the messages, if they align with you, they align with you. If they don't, they don't. Blah. Just throw that to the side if it doesn't. So you're more than welcome to pick more than one pile if you want. But if one really just calls out to you, well then there you go. That's your thing. Pile number 1, we got a little bee. And the goddess for you in May is Athena. Oh, look at that. Strategy. So in May, there's going to be a lot of strategizing. There's going to be a lot of organization. There's going to be a lot of maybe silent battles, because she is also the goddess of war. And other than just strategy, she usually plans out like her plan of attack or her plan of defense. We'll find out which of the two is going to be meant for you. Haha, I think that rhymed. I don't know. Anyway, that's for you guys. Let's go ahead and see what's the typical thing that's gonna pop in for you guys for pile number 1. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Also, this for all 3 of the baubles I chose are all under Apollo, and I felt called from Apollo to do predictions from him. I'm not really sure why, but we'll find out once we reveal most of the piles, honestly. Okay. But the bee typically is about rejuvenation, for me at least, and health, wealth, sweetness, joy. It also stings, so, you know, sometimes joy isn't forever. Sometimes it's gruesome. Okay, we have this card that popped up. I'm gonna put that back into the deck. We have the Knight of Swords pop in. The Knight of Swords. Ooh, okay. And then we have Temperance as well. And then we have, oh my goodness, as I was talking about Apollo, we have the sun. The sun is, Apollo is the god of the sun. We have the sun in reverse. We have Temperance in reverse. That's so funny. And then we have the what is this? We have the 10 of Cups, which also in this deck is called Perfected Success. So there we go. I'm going to put this here on the side. We have these 4 cards for pile number 1. And typically the first 2 cards are going to be about you, the centered individual, what's kind of vibing presently for you guys, and then what's affecting that vibe in May. Briley mentions in the chat leadership for me, so the organization part works with that. Okay. Okay, so for May, typically what's going to happen presently in May, or what's going to vibrate within that space, we have the Knight of Swords, once again, and then we have the Sun in reverse. So the Knight of Swords typically talks about mental plans, whatever it is that you're planning moving forward, but this is centered around yourself. So sometimes there could be a halt, and the reason why I say there's a halt is because the Sun is in reverse. The Sun is the card of joy, happiness, which means the situation or the planning is supposed to be fun, but for some reason it's not fun. It's not fun when you're starting to plan things for yourself, for your family, for your relationships, for your career, or like new steps for your health in this case, right? Because I was talking about the B being health as well. So whatever it is that you're planning within your space in May, one of them being health, wealth, it's going to be a little tricky, but there is going to be movement forward. It's just not going to be super fun, you know, but you got to get the stuff done, you know, you got to get your organization done within May. Other things that pop up is, I kept thinking of children, so I don't know if children are going to be also highlighted within May for you guys as well. But if there are times you're lost during a time of, mental stress, or mental planning gets really stressful, for whatever reason, children, or watching a children's show, reading a children's book, or if you actually know a child, talk to them, say hello. They'll probably give you that extra joy that you've been missing out for May. But yeah, I highly suggest watching a children's show in May if it gets really like mentally poo-poo in the brain, But yeah, May, we're going to be a little bit lost in our planning. It might be planning about our health. It might be planning about with family, or next steps for career or projects. However, the good news is you are going to be very much planning and organizing and attacking these plans. So other things to consider is, what are your best tool sets to get stuff done? And also a reminder, whatever it is that you're working on, it should be fun. Once it stops being fun, like I said, the tools you should do is maybe watch some kids shows or anime or cartoons on the side to take some small breaks, because it's supposed to be fun. Planning for your future, planning for your present, Okay. The 2 things that are affecting this type of energy is going to be Temperance in reverse, and we have the 10 of Cups in reverse, which is kind of neat because you guys have 2 major arcanas going into May, which means this is going to be an energy that may last a while, and it has a lesson involved, right? Which means anything in May that involves this is going to be in the long run, and it can be used again for a tool set. So Temperance is the card of patience. It is also a reminder that the goal is always there and it never leaves. However, you need to take breaks. So the reason for the stress is because we don't take enough breaks during times of organization. So I forgot what this is called, and I don't know if anybody in chat knows the study practice, but it's like or doing your project or whatever it is that you're doing for like 30 minutes or an hour, and then like taking like a 30-minute or 15-minute break in between, and then going back, of literally doing anything else that's not the project, standing up, doing something for the next 15 minutes, coming back, and then working on it again for the next 30 minutes. I don't remember what that practice is called. Pomodoro might be a really good practice in May for pile number 1. Typically, if it's going to be about a relationship, taking breaks from conversations with a person, you know, or thinking about the person, take those breaks as well. But yeah, Temperance is also the card that represent Pomodoro, prima donna, I don't know. Pomodoro. I'll have it in the freaking like screen somewhere. Temperance is also the card of Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is an angel of battle, just like Athena, right? Is angel of battle. But hey, look, the angel of battle is going to a river to drink some water. And in the background is the sun or his goal, right? So once again, it's in reverse, which means the thing we focus on is the resting part and the river and taking breaks and drinking water during times of planning. So when you're planning, have hydration right next to you. And speaking of hydration, I'm going to go ahead and hydrate. Just a reminder, you're going to go insane if you don't take those healthy breaks during planning. Now, what do you need a break from aside from studying? Well, we have the 10 of Cups. This is also typically talking about emotional expression, emotional, just your feelings. Your feelings might be like at the brink of a tipping point, or your cup is so filled that it's overspilling and it has nowhere else to go. And these could be about the people around you. Who's typically the one who's bothering you during your study time, or who's having too much of an opinion with the things that you're trying to do. So I was mentioning health earlier. So people who have too much of an opinion about your health may be coming in, and they don't need to be that person to tell you about your health. Always seek a professional about your health, right? Do the research that you need to do. But typically, you want to leave that for another, like a professional to handle your situation. If it's not about health, these could be about people reminding you of your future that you don't need a reminder from. You know, you're the person who's already reminding yourself of what you want to be accomplishing for the future. So just say no thank you. And be like, you know, I love you and thanks for caring, but I'm doing my own thing, you know? And I'd like to do my own thing for now. Let's see. Riley says there's actually a game I play that uses the Pomodoro technique. So it incorporates fun while being organized. It's called the Spirit City. Ooh, I use it from time to time. Spirit City. That's a cool game. I love that it's called Spirit City. But you know what's funny though? The environment speaks of a lot of water for you guys and a lot of hydration, because obviously like the Temperance has a lot of water involved, and the 10 of Cups is just an overwhelming emotional standpoint. So I think emotionally we might be drained from those types of situations. So water is typically going to be your healing factor, your calming situations. So remember to touch water, remember to meditate or take deep breaths in and out when you're showering, visit the beach to take, or take your work to beach, or take your organization and your planning to a beach or a location where it has water. Be careful though, it might be windy at the beach, so like maybe do your planning on a phone, like you're taking your notes on your phone and stuff like that. But yeah, stepping out, going to a beach, or going to any place that has a lot of water. So hiking sometimes could typically have like a little river, a little lake, a little pond of some kind. Parks also have some water as well, I believe. But yeah, environmentally, I think emotionally and your feelings might be overwhelmed, which might affect how you plan in May. Okay. So, let's see what else is revealed moving forward within May because of these situations. Oopsies. Oopsies. Okay. Oh, beautiful! We have a really good card to represent planning and career and organization. We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about work, more success. You know, we had success right here. This is about perfection. Oh no, not perfection, sorry, prudence. But it's being consistent. It's a card of consistency. So that's super, super good. Once we get our our feelings like rolling with like healing vibes and like hydration, giving yourself a moment to just have a breather, have some space to just chill and relax, we're gonna have some consistency after that. Then we're gonna have, oh my gosh, we have the Two of Wands, which is the card of looking towards the future. Hello? And then we have the card of Seven of Wands, which is boundaries. And typically we have our defensive stance ready. We were talking about attacking or defense. It seems like you're going to have a really good defense. So if any of your planning has to deal with law and order, or like a contract, or about winning a debate, it seems like you're going to be fully ready for a defensive position. And then we have the King. What is this? The King of Cups in reverse. All of our waters, guys, are in reverse. So definitely emotionally going to be draining. And then we end with the Five of Swords, which is certain people leaving our situation, or we typically leave the situation. Let me just put Athena to the side for now. And highlight these cards real quick. But yeah, moving forward, once you've taken the patterns of advice of like, okay, let's organize our shit. Remember that our organization needs to be fun in some way. Taking breaks when our emotional meter is low. We are then met with the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of career, success, moving forward, consistency, prudence. So your stress and your planning is going to be worth it, because it seems like you're going to find that consistency, that your future starts to manifest. Like you start to see the vision of your passion, of your whatever it is that you are wanting to achieve, right? And then we have the Seven of Wands right after the Two of Wands, which is the card of valor and defense. Like having your boundaries, you have all of your planning, your passions, your drive is ready, and you're ready to defend, you're ready to receive and also give when is necessary to give to others, so that you are able to continue moving forward. But for now, it seems like your boundaries are going to be solid with all this planning, and your future is going to be solid, is what I'm seeing here. Now, obviously, what I was mentioning, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Once again, all of our cups are in reverse. Typically, now we have moved to the King, which means you have gotten a very big view or viewpoint of how your feelings have been going, and you've probably realized what your feelings are being affected by with all this stress. So just, once again, for anything that has to go into organization and planning, I think some of the planning you might be a little bit stressed about some of the people involved with your planning in May. Henceforth, we end up with the Five of Swords, which is typically either kicking someone out of your project or not sharing your project to other people now that it's starting to manifest. Typically, hush hush, you don't need to share what you're doing to everybody. You might have to kick some people out of this planning and organization, or consider some people might not be a part of your plans in the future. And for the better, because they feel defeated, right? There's going to be a lot of people defeated around this topic for you guys, which for you is a win, which means your battle, whatever it is you're fighting in May, your battle has been won, right? And the people who were involved fighting you about the situations of health, relationship, wealth, career, personal plans of the future, y'all, they're going to be leaving because they're going to be defeated because you got Athena on your side. Okay? All right. More last cards for this is going to be, what are some relationships? Who are some of the people that were involved? Okay. So some relationships. So we have a beautiful face. Oh, okay, maybe we got distracted. Now, these are two different types of distractions. We could have been distracted by a beautiful, pretty face, right? Of another person. Or we were typically worrying about how we look and appear to other people. And then we have beyond words. Beyond words is you can't express the feeling of beauty just in May, probably describing how you feel about a person's appearance, whether that be yourself or other people, is just overwhelming, and you can't figure out the words to describe the feeling. And standing alone. Okay, so the distraction definitely is the concept of beauty, which is so on brand for Apollo. And it's on brand the fact that we have Athena as that typical, like, hey guys, we need to lock it in. We need to lock it in May. We don't need to have these distractions. Otherwise, our future planning is going to be on a halt. It's going to be at a temperance in reverse, which is it's going to be in a pause. Athena's like, we need to lock in, guys. We need to put these distractions to the side. We can worry about that once May has been set for us. So a beautiful face, there will be someone you might be distracted by. Whether that be your own beauty or another person's beauty is going to be, so like maybe a little bit of jealousy coming in May. And that's going to be a distraction. And once again, these feelings are going to be so overwhelming that at the end of the day, you're going to end up just standing alone for now. For now, at least in May. It's not the biggest highlight for us, but you know what? Your future seems like it's going to be moving forward. That consistency is going to be bringing in some type of abundance for you guys. And I think that's very freaking important, right? And once that sets in, maybe the relationships moving forward, especially since you're kicking some of them out, is going to be one that is most beautiful moving forward later on. I'm rolling a D10, seeing if there's any specific patterns of numbers that might be of use to us and might be signs during our journey in May. We have number 10 or 0 technically in this, and we have a 9. Ooh, okay, so 10 is about gratitude, 0 is about coming back to the beginning, or it's okay to start over. Is definitely one of those things when it comes to 0. Starting from nothing is always something that will be a blessing in disguise. So if you're feeling lost with your project at some point, it's okay to start from the very beginning with the number 0, right? And then with the number 9 is wrapping things. Can you even see that? You can't really see that. Well, this is a number 9. Number 9 is about wrapping things up, which means move on. Move on. If there's a part of your planning that you are too stuck on, put it to the side and just move on to something else. And then just revisit it at some point again with the 0. Okay? Don't be afraid to just start from the beginning with where you're stuck. See some new points of view, and then once that gets going, wrap things up that you know is like, okay, we don't need to spend too much time on this part of our organization, right? But yeah, there you go, pile number 1. Pile number 2, hello, welcome to your May predictions, your tarot pick a card reading. Let's see what is in store for you, what goddess is your highlight. We have Sirens. Not really a goddess, but you know, you got multiple badass mama jamma ladies. They are the card of temptation. Also, look at that. That's also a siren. So like, y'all, some of the temptations be ready to attack you, and some are just like, ooh, okay, we are alluring. That tongue though. Anyway, Sirens, pile number 2, and we have the pearl hidden within the shell, right? So, temptation in May. Now, we don't know yet. We're about to reveal some of the cards to see what types of temptations might be happening, whether you're the one who's tempted or you're the one who's doing the temptation, maybe. Okay, so Sirens typically appear as their most divine feminineness. Even if it's a male, they're expressing their divine feminine features or divine feminine energy for the most part. And then deep within that divine feminine is a very angry, wrathful divine feminine. So like this pearl who's just hiding within her shell, right? It seems like some of our divine anger might be tested, where we are our most innocent, pure appearing to people in May, but deep down, our divine anger, divine beauty is gonna pop out at some point. Okay, so that's our theme for pile number 2. All right, let's go ahead and put her to the side real quick. See what topics are going to be involved within the siren for pile number 2. Ooh, I will put you up. We have the World card. You want to know what's interesting? These 2 cards are kind of vibing. Are they not? Look at the vibes. It is matching. So I'm pretty sure you're the one who's doing the tempting. Oh, my camera! What is going on? Ah! There is so much temptation, guys! So much temptation. All right. Other cards popping up. That's gonna... Okay, yeah. All right, cards. All right. Calm down. Calm down, pile number 2. My goodness, what the hell is happening? We have the Hierophant. We have 2 major arcanas, just like our previous one. And we have the Princess of Cups. I was talking about divine feminine. Look at you being 2 divine feminine energies on your personal 2 cards. And then the environment is another female. Hello? We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Hello, ladies. Yup. All right, pile number 2. We got some ladies. Period. She too divine. Exactly. First 2 cards is always going to be like where you are presently within May's energy. And then what environment influences your vibration in May, within that present. Okay, the World and the Princess of Cups is where you are going to be vibing. So it seems like during May, you guys are at your most peak when it comes to gratitude, self-awareness. Your feelings are and your emotions are at a place where you are satisfied with that it is very attractive to people. Okay, like how you feel about things, how you're being open about yourself, and just how you present yourself in fashionable ways is going to be attracting a bunch. So for those of you guys who practice magic, if you guys have been attracting or wanting to attract certain people in your life, glamour magic is very suggested for you guys. Look into some glamour magic, and if not, practice your affirmations in May, because it's gonna peak. Your energy is gonna peak at its highest vibrations in May, and it's gonna want people to just revolve around you. Typically, the people that may start to revolve around you are the 4 fixed signs. So we have Scorpio, we have Taurus, we have Leo, and we have Aquarius. Those 4 signs may be gravitating around you in May. Or you may be one of those signs and you are gravitating around your beauty, you know? And with this card as well, I see a whale. Is that a whale or a dolphin? A dolphin and a turtle. So we got some like, oh, I was talking about shell and we got a little turtle, right? So our beauty is going to be something that protects us and hides our true self to people who are not in a part of our alignment. But I think that's your power. That's your power right there. Use that to your advantage moving forward in May. But typically, yeah, our beauty is going to be very peak within May for us. And it's going to be used as a power move for a lot of you guys. And once again, advice, say those affirmations in May. And if you're a practicing like witch, magic user, magic practitioner, do some glamour magic in May. Okay? So the environment that expresses or influences why your glamour or why your beauty is just off the charts is going to be the Hierophant. Okay? And the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So the Hierophant talks about spiritual presentation, spiritual leadership, and typically the Hierophant also doesn't care about what others think. They're just minding their own business. Because think about like the Pope, right? His whole situation is just to focus on one thing, which is like spiritual connection with a deity, right? And when they do that, they have free housing. They get fed for free. And like these are people gifting you a bunch of things. These are people who are wanting to give and give and give to you, and you are blooming into that situation. I am pretty, I am beautiful, I am divine. Yes! May affirmations from Solana in chat is I am pretty, I am beautiful, I am divine. There we go, pile number 2. And a lot of people in chat are saying, yes, Leo, power. Okay, so once again, I think the environment for you guys, people have been giving a lot to you, and it's really rewarding, and it's really making you pop, girl, and or dude. And I am usually the giver. Gift giving is one of my love languages. Okay, well then, yeah, you are at your most powerful. You probably hold all the cards, and people are like bowing at your feet. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And they're there like to worship your space. And you're at your most like peak, right? Okay. 2 of Pentacles. What other kiss the toes? Oh gosh, yes, kiss the toes. 2 of Pentacles typically talks about planning. So what's funny is in pile number 1, we were talking about strategies. We were talking about organization, over planning, getting our future situated. Pile number 2, it seems like you shouldn't be over planning. Honestly, do the bare minimum. Pile number 2, do the bare minimum, and it seems like your environment calls for bare minimum, and it's gonna get you a long way. Anxiety makes me want to plan out everything. Girl, Goya says in chat, like, their downfall is over planning. So yeah, for number 2, May is gonna be don't over plan because it's gonna be your downfall. What you need to do is you have the tools already that is necessary to tackle anything that you desire in May. Okay, you have boss bitch energy. You don't need much. There's a lot of people who are going to gravitate around your energy and space. So you don't need to overplan. Just honestly, whatever is available to you, just do that. You don't need to buy new things, or your current wardrobe and what you currently have working for you within your home space is gonna be in your favor. Okay? Okay. Gotta work it in May. Yeah, work it in May. Wear those thongs. I'm just kidding. Be a little spicy in May. All right, what are some patterns in May due to this that will be a result of your beauty and your siren vibes? Oh my gosh, more female divine energy. Y'all, pile number 2. What? We have more princess energy. Princess of Swords pops up. People really want to hear what you have to say in May. Oh my god. Girls, titties out. Oh my goodness. And then we have our first knight in shining armor who is in reverse, which means no. We don't need no knight in shining armor here. This is the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then we have another female energy. We have the 9 of Pentacles. You were talking about being a giving person. And then we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And last but not least, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. Ooh. Okay. Pile number 2, some events that may happen whilst this is vibrating within your space in May. We have the Princess of Swords. We have the Sword of Knights. Sword of Knights? Knights of Swords. What? I don't know why that didn't click in my brain. The Knight of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups in reverse, and the 4 of Cups in reverse. So, Princess of Swords, this is typically your energy moving forward within the space in May. We are at a place where we are mentally prepared and ready to have like sharp words. We have a comeback and being witty. That's what it is. I feel like you're going to be at your most wittiest and your most joking vibration, and it's very attractive. Your divine feminine is like very playful right now in May. So work that. Your wit is going to attract some unwanted attention. I'm sorry, but hey, man, you're you're getting to a place where you're just like, I'm vibing, and you start to figure out who is not the energy for you. When you're being your most wittiest, people will reveal themselves that are not the best for your space, and you can weed out all those people that you do not want to be in your space in May. So these are people that are going to come up because of your wit that you can't be around with. So that's a very good, you're going to see some red flags that you're like, okay, now I have a confirmation of a red flag. Now I know I need to leave that space. And when you leave that space of red flags, we get into the 9 of Pentacles, which is, honestly, this isn't a card of gossip, but you see her talking to her bestie right there. This is her bestie, the little bird. She's like, do I have some tea for you about these red flags so that I can share to you for your safety and protection. So this is material gain. So what you learn from your beauty and your temptations, you can share that information to people you love for their protection in May. That is the biggest thing. Now we know that your temptation and like why you're attracting these weird energies is because they're going to be a tool set to share with other people just in case. Wow, I've never had this type of reading before. That's pretty crazy. But hey, that's the siren part. That's the alluring part. And your divine wrath is like, that's a front. But really you're weeding out the bad juju. And then you can tell those people who may be affected by these people to protect them. Let's freaking go, pile number 2. And then we have the 7 of Cups in reverse. 7 of Cups is talking about gambling, which means you don't gamble. It's in reverse, guys, which means this is also illusionary success. Okay? Okay? You don't gamble with these types of people. So that's the warning. That's the warning that you're going to tell your friends or whoever you're close to about the people you're going to run into that are typically nasty. Is that you don't want to gamble with these types of people because your emotions are going to go haywire. And it's going to be bad all around in May. It's temporary, but you know, it happens. So that's the warning sign, is we don't want to gamble with these types of people. And then we have the 4 of Cups. And in this case, this is called blended pleasure. Ugh. How fitting. So 4 of Cups also talks about reflection, releasing. It's in reverse, which means there's going to be a lot of very present reflections of like maybe at least 3 or 4 situations within the people you meet. That is, these are your tool sets. This is red flag number 1, red flag number 2, red flag number 3, and number 4. These are things to reflect on in order for you to kind of have a tool set for boundaries. Not that you're gonna practice them yet. These are new boundaries, realigning, reforming, and how you can typically be able to share and reveal that and teach that to other people, which is going to be very, very important, right? But it's going to be a lot of reflecting after these events in May. But it's very empowering because you get to protect not only yourself, but the people you love around you. I know this is going to be a very annoying situation in May, but hey, at least you are your most powerful, and that you're very witty. You have the tool sets to be protective of the people you love, right? There you go. Now, we're going to see what types of relationships are popping up in May for you guys. Once again, let's get a reminder of our siren baby. I've been have an iffy feeling about someone lately, so makes sense. Bro, why it's all the red flags? I know, right? I know. Hey, man, when you have a red flag, like tool sets in your back pocket, you could just wave that flag at your friend's face to get you where you need to go. You know. Okay, so pile number 2. Relationships. We have a beautiful face again. We have this in pile number 1. Hello. We have unrequited? Wait, hold on. Unrequited desire. Ooh, okay. A little bit more of a jealous vibe. And beyond words again. What the hell is happening? Yo, these 2 cards literally popped up in the last pile as well, but this one didn't. So this is a centerpiece, guys. So the relationships in May, guys, we have beyond a beautiful face, which means this, I think, is you. You are the beautiful face. You are the centerpiece, right? And you're the centerpiece. You are the highlight of May. You are main character energy in May. You are the center of attention. I know I am pretty. Yes, you are, Goya. Good for you guys. You guys are the center of attention in May. You're going to have so much attention that at least you have the tool sets of your wit. Your wit is what's going to carry you. Sometimes a lot of people don't like having attention. Well, guess what, baby? In May, you are the highlight of attention, which means you need to be witty. Look up, like research some witty things to say, I guess. But you're going to be really tested about how you mentally prepare yourself in a conversation in order to overpower those debates that might be coming up in May. You are the center of attention, and people are going to gravitate around your energy. So the relationships around you are going to either be green flags or red flags. You are attracting either new people or new versions of people around you that is going to be like, oh, whoa, you've changed. You've changed and you are not a part of my beauty anymore, right? Okay. Unrequited desire. There are people around you who are tempted towards you, not in the, not always about the sexual things, but the temptation I'm getting here, or the things that people are tempted about you, is a desire of wanting and needing more from you. Okay, so the relationships around you is gonna make it or break it. One of the things that's going to be a big factor of a red flag is that people are desiring a need from you that is something you can't always give, right? You need to rest from giving a lot of the times as well, because you're a giver, right? And yeah, unrequited desire, which means you got to say no. Your power move is going to be the word of the day: no, and or nope. Nuh-uh. I'm not about that. So yeah, it's people because they want to take advantage of your energy, because you have something that they want, whether that be money, whether that be your undivided attention, whether that be how you what is that called when you validate someone. Like, can't always have to validate everybody, but yeah, they want your time and energy. There you go. And then beyond words, I feel like this is your divine wrath. At this point, I was saying you were witty. You are okay to be angry at these people. You are okay to share and reveal your anger towards these people, because it's going to reveal something that they typically don't see. When you mess with a woman, or a divine feminine energy, you do not want to get their scorning factor. You don't want the wrath. But in this case, you can totally share your wrath with these people, relationship wise, because it's time. They always see the most gentle version of you, and it seems like your divine feminine is like, yo, we need to come out, because this is too much. We need to explode out of this shell, because people need to know exactly what we're about, who we are as an individual. We can't keep getting taken advantage of. And there you go. Pile number two. Do not get taken advantage of. All right, let's see what the numbers of patterns that you might see in May. We have the number 1, and then we have the number 4. Pretty chill and nice. So no more Mr. Nice Goya. Yeah, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We have 14, number 1 and 4. So number 1 is the individual. So once again, you are the center of attention. If you are on the right path, you are gonna probably start to see 111 or 1111 as like you are blessed. You are doing your spirit's work. You are at a place where, yes, you are going through these pathways and you are on track. 444 talks about the relationships within your space. It talks about your home, your sacred body, relationships that you feel are your most closest are becoming more powerful, or typically this could also be a warning sign if you see the number 4s and this reading tells you about red flags. If you start to see 4s and you're with a particular person, they have a red flag. That's a sign. This is a warning sign for if you see 4s around a certain person. That's your warning sign. Like, ooh, okay, I need to use this tool set. I need to be wary of my situation and maybe, mentally prepare myself on how to react to these people. So overall, pile number 2, Use your beauty to your advantage. You are the center of attention with the number 1. And number 4, it's your warning sign. If you are with certain people and you start to see the 4, it might be a warning like, hey, keep in mind that this person might be not so great during this time in May. But that is your reading. Pile number 2. Hope that was a good one. Pile number 3. The brat pile. The brat pile. I was mentioning this earlier. This is the brat pile. If you saw the stream earlier, you'll understand why. But pile number 3, your goddess for May 2025. Your tarot card reading predictions. You have Joan the Arc, who's not a goddess, but hey, she's a warrior. There's a lot of warrior vibes here. There's one that's a literal goddess of like battle, and we have temptation, using temptation as your tool set, and then we have Joan the Arc, which is a faith. Your fate or your faith is your tool set and your asset in May, which is funny because we have the shell, right? And the shell protects what's beautiful within, or a shell typically is used to protect a life form, right? And Joan the Arc is known to protect her people, or wants to stand up for what's right for her people. And what's funny, she does this with the belief and faith that she knows what she's doing is correct for her. Like, she is the center of her faith, right? She believes her faith is what drives her into action. Cool. So May, your faith is what drives you into action. Wow. All right, let's reveal what are some things that are going to drive you into action and why faith is an important part of your journey next month. Ooh, okay. Oh, speaking of that, we have the Hierophant. Pop up for you. All right. This is on brand. Pile number 3. Ah! That doesn't count. There's too many cards that popped out. All right, pile number 3. What other cards we revealed? Joan Arc. Let me just. There we go. Boop, bop, and boop, bop. Ah. Oh, interesting. This is always the card that reminds me of. Anybody watch Game of Thrones? I always think of, like, Jon Snow whenever I see this card. Doesn't he look like a Jon Snow? Anyway, this is, 9 of Wands in reverse. Let me just do that real quick. 9 of Wands. Then we have the 6 of Swords. And then... Oh, okay. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which these 2 cards popped up in the previous piles as well, but not at the same pile, I believe. But yeah, we have the 9 of Pentacles right side up. Okay, guys. Well, Def assigned this is my pile. All right, so Joan the Arc, what is your faith going to help you with? Why is faith the drive in May? The Hierophant in this case is talking about a leadership within your own space, within your private space. And typically you aren't trying to show off what you believe in or what your values are to people. The people just know what your values are just by being around you, right? So that is the highlight. So the first 2 cards is about like where you're vibrating in May. And then these 2 cards right here reveal what environment kind of influences why you are vibrating in that space, okay? And then with that, we have the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is also the card of reflection. It is also... It kind of looks like one of the followers went to go on a journey. Isn't that what it looks like? Like, oh, they spoke to you. So, like, someone in your life speaks to you, and then all of a sudden they go on a journey. So I feel like your faith or whatever you believe in or whatever your values are going to transcend another person within your life. It is going to influence them to go on a whole ass journey of self-seeking. So that's kind of interesting. That's pretty cool that you are going to be an influence to someone in May, okay? And you're going to be a highlight of someone's spiritual journey or abundance journey of self-reflection or just their inner workings of oneself. So that's really, really cool. So that's the center. Now, why is this the influence? Why are you the influence to that situation? We have the Nine of Wands, right? And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yo, you got 2 nines in your environmental influence for this pile. Guys, what the hell? 9 is a typical number for me as wrapping things up. So it seems like the people around you, your environment, a lot of people are at a place where they're at the very end of their path, or a path. Not their path, but like just one singular path. They're at either at a dead end. They're a dead end at their faith, their journey. And you are the gateway. You are the gatekeeper. Not the gatekeep. You're not gatekeeping anything, but you are literally the one that's standing. Kind of like the example I can think of is like Hecate. You know how like Hecate is the goddess of, you know, the crossroads, and she would typically give you 3 pathways, and then at each pathway she would reveal which torch is the gate of that, or the protection of those gates. And then you kind of reveal like, what does the light offer, right? You environmentally, for a lot of people, present a lot of friendship, a lot of loyalty is what I'm getting from here. This is once again the card of material gain. They have a lot to gain from you just being yourself, right? That's what's being presented environmentally, which is putting you in a position of being kind of like a teacher vibe or a mentor vibe. And at that same time, I was talking about like being at a dead end, or maybe feeling a little bit defeated. Great strength. You have a lot of great strength that people in your life can see a really great potential and a great cause to being influenced by. And this is in reverse, which means the great strength you have has a lot of challenges, and a lot of the people around you can see that challenge within your space, and it influences them to a degree where, okay, it's putting you in a position where a lot of people can learn from the struggles and the strengths you have learned over time. So in May, this might be more than just one person, but definitely one individual is going to be highly influenced by your journey. So your highlight of May is just sharing what you've gone through in the past, maybe just this year, just where 2025 has led you. And it's going to send a person to a new journey or a new step to like think about what's going on for them in order to have a different version of their faith that is very much influential by how you have kept going in life. Pile number 3, which is so cool. All right. Let's see what are some pathways or patterns within that vibration in May coming for you guys. Okay. Oh, okay. We have the World that just jumped right out. Oh, that's amazing. I actually love that journey. There's just so many people who wants to share how much they're grateful for you. Pile number 3. There's just so much gratitude coming your way. And it's also just a reminder to be grateful for yourself and the things that you have and the journey that you've gone through. It's not an easy one, but it is definitely one that should be appreciated, you know? Okay. Other cards. We have the 2 of Pentacles again. We have the 10 of Cups again, but this time it is right side up. We have the Knight of Swords. Dude, this is literally like, that's so funny. And then we have Judgment. Oh! Do you know how amazing this card is with Joan d'Arc? The Judgment card is literally God, the God card, or the deity literally watching over you, or whatever you believe in, whatever your faith is, it is absolutely calling forth the rejuvenation and the resurrection of your individual self, your inner workings, your path workings, whatever it is, your deity or your spirit guides or whoever it is that is in your spiritual team power, the highest form of this divinity or this divine is really just the highlight of your May. They're going to be a very loud and clear message in May for you guys. So let me go ahead and put Joan d'Arc to the side real quick so you guys can see the cards revealed to you guys. Okay, so you start with a major arcana and you end with a major arcana. That's amazing, pile number 3. So we have the World card, which once again, the people that you may be helping within your journey might be fixed signs, which is once again Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus people. You may be one of these signs as well. You might be able to also influence yourself to a new journey as well. But the 4 fixed signs are going to be a very big highlight within your journey and within the people you might be influencing or being influenced by. We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is a lot of people are going to ask for your opinion and your guidance for like which path they should take, because you've grown so much within your individual self. You have grown to a place where you have settled within your boundaries. You have settled within your faith in the unknown, that people just recognize that from you, and they will ask for your guidance about opinions and options about which path they should take. Right? Yes, soul. Yes, soul. It is you. And because of that, you are going to be influencing people in May that feels like home to them. 10 of Cups is families, reunions coming together. Like unions, reuniting. Like you are going to make people feel unified with either their spiritual practice, with their parents, their family, their friendships. Just the people around them are going to be so overwhelmingly loved, and the feeling of love because of how you influence them. You're going to give them with great, great feelings of love, compassion, friendship, unification, unitedness, just people being whole around you. Like just feeling that much energy of greatness and just infinity. It just feels like infinity. With that being said, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So typically one of the things that could be disruptive within this space is having too much of an opinion of pessimism. So watch out. Though you give so much love and you influence a lot of love, some of these people might believe like maybe this is temporary. So these are the people you need to guide. People will think like all the little good stuff that's happening is temporary. Some of them are, but you don't have to be pessimistic about it. Like, accept that good things happen. That's one of the things you're going to be teaching people. Good things do happen. Like, the bad things sometimes are also temporary. Right? So there are going to be some people who are like, hey, some good things happen, but there's the back of my mind who's thinking like something's gonna go wrong. Like those are the types of people that you might come across, or the people you are helping might have those types of mindsets. So those are the key people that you are going to influence in a good direction, right? Okay, celebrate all the wins. Yes, exactly. And then Judgment. All the work that you've been doing, all the preparations of your inner workings, of your guidance. Once again, your spirit team, if you believe in a spirit team, if you believe in a higher power within your values and your space, well, guess what? They're the biggest influence as to why they are using you as a mediator in May. you are going to be a very big factor to reawakening a lot of the people in your lives. That's awesome. You're being used by a highest form of your divinity to a great benefit within your within your space, and you're being a service to your community as well. And that's super, super cool. That's super, super enlightening. And it's just, yeah, your pathway is in the right path. Your workings, this is a confirmation that what you've been working towards spiritually, internally, and the healing that you've been doing, it's working. It's working. It's getting there. It's still a struggle, but you know, you're getting there, and that is good progress. So there you go, pile number 3. All right, let's see what types of relationships are a part of this situation. Okay. Yeah, let's see what types of relationships. Ooh. Once again, Beyond Words just loves being here. Beyond Words, once again. The Game of Love. And then let me just... Oh, I was saying that you influence people to feel like their highest form of love. So the fact that the Game of Love is here is actually kind of nice. And seeking pleasure. Ooh. Okay. So relationships coming up for you guys. We have Beyond Words. So in this case, I kind of have a feeling that there's just so much gratitude coming your way that people don't really know how to say it in words. So people around you may be giving you gratitude in different forms aside from just words. So you might receive more gifts. You might receive like an unexpected song or music. I don't know why music came up, but someone might give you a song or give you music or a type of vibration that they'll talk about how like, oh, this song reminds me of you. That is the love language that's going to be used in May towards you. Is if they cannot express their gratitude through their own words, they're going to find music to express that type of gratitude to you. So I wouldn't be surprised if people start to share different types of music to you, or like different artists in May. So watch it. Look out for that. Look out for that, because that's a love language with the people around you. And then the Game of Love. So like playfulness, and the people around you who typically love you are going to be joking with you. It's going to be joyous. I see the working of hair. So I would suggest, if you haven't already, get your hair done. Either get a new haircut. If you're the type of person to wear wigs, go ahead and get a new wig or style your wigs. The other thing is, I would say the relationships around you compliment people's hair. Complimenting hair is going to be a very big influence as well. I'm not really sure why, but I'm sure you'll find out in May. If you start complimenting the people around you's hair, they're going to reveal a lot about themselves to you. So like, if you guys are going to have some new loves forming, new relationships forming, target their hair. Target their hair. For whatever reason, hair is a really big, like, major factor into May. That's hilarious, because I was thinking about cutting my hair again in a couple weeks. Okay, Briarly, there you go. That's your sign, Briarly. Seeking pleasure is the last part. So guys, have fun. Have that fun. Seek pleasure. Seek joy. Seek happiness. Seek desires in May, because it seems like it's going to be in your favor. So whatever it is that you want to be tempted by, that is healthy and not unhealthy, of course, you go do that. You go do that. Have fun. Explore with your partners. Explore with yourself. Explore the joys of just being happy, really. It seems like the very big highlight for you guys is just, there is happiness. There is good feelings. And you really need to take those wins. All right. We're going to go ahead and do our what numbers are going to be signs for you guys of this journey. It's going to be the number 2, how fitting. 2 is the is the number of relationships, and the number 7. So number two is going to be a sign that the relationship or the person you're talking to is a sign that they probably need that guidance from you. If you start seeing 2s in whatever you're guiding, a person you're guiding, and you start to see 2s, it's like, that's the one. That's the one. That's the person that's going to be so grateful to you, and that your journey is going to be a really good influence to them, that they're going to go on their journey on a whole completely like sidetrack that is going to be a benefit to them. If you see 2s, it means that those are the people. I know you probably can't see it right here, but like, yeah, those are the signs. Number 7 in this case for you guys is going to be, there's so much love, there's so much full of joy. This is a reminder during a time where you're being hard on yourself in May, that there is so much love in your space that you need to wake yourself up. The moment you see 7, it's like, hey, stop being pessimistic for a moment. Your guides are trying to remind you, hey, you're doing those bad weird patterns in your brain again. You know, we need to go back to love energy. You have so much love. There's a lot of energies, the spirits, your families, your friends, you yourself. You are capable of love. Just remember that. The things that are currently happening is a reminder, like, good things do happen. So when you start to see 7 in May, especially, it's because good things do happen to you. Not all bad things happen. So it's just that reminder there. All right, that's your reading, pile number 3. Let's go! Oh my goodness, what a journey. What a journey.